But that's a
and that's where they lead with.
that's love
And
bombing.
if that's okay for some people, that's okay. But you're not gonna pay your way into my life. That's not what I want.
I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense at all. What I guess however you're trying to, articulate it.
Help her.
Black women stay complaining about how the black men are not providing, how they're
Exactly.
not stepping up and
But
being able
I'm
to
not.
go
That's
out
not
there
my
to even get the
complaint.
No,
money.
not
I'm an
you, Nara.
And
individual,
Nara,
and
she's
that's
talking
not
about
my
other black
complaint.
women.
Oh,
Nara, she's not talking about you. She's talking
but
about
she's
other
telling
black
me
women.
I don't make sense though.
Yeah,
no,
you don't
yeah,
make
I'm
sense
saying
because
what
other
you're
black
saying.
women. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm saying what you're saying specifically does not make any sense when it comes to the things that we've been talking about when it comes to black men and what they're supposed to be doing, how they need to step up. We were just talking like a couple of weeks ago about a woman having to change up her attitude or whatever when she realized she was unpleasant. Her husband was paying 50% or something like that, and it's like everybody's like, oh, the man needs to pay 100% in order for the woman to change her attitude. And then you're saying that this white man that had money was sitting there ready to just give it all to you, which meant like he didn't need you to lead him to do nothing. He didn't need you to lead him to a bag. He already had the bag. He was ready to share that world with you and was not playing no games. He wasn't a pookie. He wasn't leading you on. He wasn't doing none of that. He was saying, look, this is what I got. I'm showing you. And you're just like, no, that's scary. And a
I didn't
lot of
say it
black
was
women
scary. I
do
didn't
that.
say it was scary. I said
No,
that's
you
not
did.
what
You did
I
say that.
want. I
You
don't
Well,
said
want
it
that.
scared you.
Yeah, because it's like stalkerish. Like I'm listen. You're not there when I'm meeting and dating
wait,
people. So
stalkerish.
we're just having a conversation, but you're not there. You don't know these people, and you don't know who the experiences I'm having with them. So I'm just telling you, I have not experienced one, but I have a black man that is a great provider, a great leader,
Shout out to him.
exactly what I want, and that's
Shout,
all that I
shout
got.
out
What
to
I
him.
want.
Listen, y'all. This again, and they telling y'all the truth. This is a phenomenal panel tonight.
Oh my goodness.
They're telling y'all the truth of who they are, what they look for, and what they're attracted to. If she likes you, then it is being assertive. If she don't like you, then it's harassment. Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, we not going for that. That
Same thing, two different guys. If she likes you, it's being assertive. If she don't like you, then it's you're being harassing. All right. On top of that, this is another thing. It doesn't matter how much money you fucking have. All right. A woman, they going. They going. It don't matter how much he lead with. It don't matter whatever he qualify himself with. Apparently, they don't want no pink dick. And that's really what they want to tell y'all. Because they not listen, they not gonna sit here and just say it because they trying to be cool.
Anton does not speak for me.
They
yeah,
Okay.
trying to
Anton
be
think he
Thank
speak for
cool.
you.
Yeah,
everybody. That's
don't
why
don't
you
They
can't
trying to
even. You
be
Anton
gotta just let him
cool.
take it
talk.
as
He
a
don't
Cool.
speak for me.
They
Yeah.
don't want. They don't want no.
because Anton doesn't do white
they
women
don't.
either.
they
So
don't want.
stop it.
They don't want no pink mushroom. That's what they trying to tell y'all. They want color on that
Wait, I have
motherfucker.
a
And
question.
And they want big D energy.
no,
Distance.
BBC.
Oh
Big
Lord.
Black.
See, there you go.
You gotta put the
They
Oh,
BBC.
want that energy, and so that's why
it's
they.
okay to tell black men
No,
we
no, no,
like
no,
we
hold on,
want
hold on,
black
hold
men.
on. Because I listen.
Okay.
They don't give a fuck about that. They gonna use keywords. It's the energy. It's the vibes. None of that. All of that other shit.
Ain't
But
that
I
what
have
you
a
start with?
but I was gonna
Don't you
say, wouldn't
lead
the same
start
thing
with
apply to men?
vibes? Like
What you say, Miss
Mhm.
O?
I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say, wouldn't the same thing apply to
They
men?
don't
Like,
care about how nice you are. You
no,
can
I'm
be
saying
the
for
most.
example, for the
Listen,
example
I will tell you
that
this
she was sharing
definitively.
as far as like the guy love bombing, and Anton, you just mentioned that like for women, if she likes you, then he's being, I forgot the word you used, but if you don't like him, then
He's being assertive.
yeah, he's being assertive, and if you don't like him, then he's being a stalker. Wouldn't
Right.
that the same rules apply to a guy? Like, if it was a woman that was like constantly love bombing you and giving you stuff, and you were just not interested in at them, wouldn't you feel as though like it's harassment? Versus if it was somebody that you actually liked, then you'd be like, oh, okay. So I don't think it's fair
Well,
to
I
just
mean, I
say,
think most
Well,
guys
I
would.
think for men that would turn them off though if a woman did it.
No, I
That's a
mean most
lie.
guys
No,
would.
no, I don't think
no.
so.
It depends. It
I'm talking
depends
about
on.
in the
It
beginning.
depends on the night.
Yeah, it's always the beginning. That's why I don't
No,
go
no,
too
no, 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 no,
far.
no, no, no,
That's
no, no.
that's a lie.
That's not true. It depends on the night.
It depends on the night.
What do you mean that's a lie? What's a lie?
It depends on the night.
I'm a little confused too.
It depends on the night. Is he
Wait, I thought you
stopped
talking about
up? Is
giving
he
and catering again.
confused? Is he going through a lot? Nigga, it's guys that they're slay dragons, depending on what the night is of how traumatized their life is going at that particular
Oh my
time.
goodness.
Listen, it's plenty of women that has gotten married that is regular women. You know what I'm saying? So guys will, like I said, guys will, depending on the day of the week, they'll fuck anything. Y'all keep trying to put y'all little stupid standards on us, and we don't operate the same way that y'all operate.
Nobody put a standard. Anytime you as a man, you
Actually,
can
I'll ask you a
say no
question
no
and
no.
then
You
help me.
no, you can say exactly what you want. When you go out and look for a partner, you look for what you want. If I meet somebody and that is not what I want, then I'm not taking it. I found what I
So,
want.
all
So
right.
it is
So again, you
possible
put
to have exactly what you want because I have it.
no. But why do you keep making this about you and making it
Because
personal?
we can only talk about a personal
I
experience.
keep
I can't
because
talk
I
about
keep
no other experience
one of
but
the
a
things that
personal
I
one.
try to do. Let me help you out now. One of the
I've
things that
been
I
here.
try
I know what you try to do.
to okay,
I
you tell me
understand.
what I'm trying to do then.
Mm-mm.
No, you always talk about no personal. It got to be personal. I can't speak from no other point
But
of
I
view but
can't
my
speak to your
personal.
situation personally without sometimes being disrespectful, and it could offend the
You
person.
have a choice to be disrespectful. You don't
No, it
have to
doesn't,
be.
because if I speak
You
to
want to
people
be.
easily offended at something that I say when you start to use yourself as a personal example. That's why I
Oh,
tell
but
people,
that's not. I'm
I'm
not.
sorry,
Go
give me a
talk
second. You
freely.
see, you being extra right now, and you won't even let me explain it. I'm trying to help you to understand that the reason that we remove personal experiences unless somebody just insists on doing it is because if I speak to it in general, or I speak to the general sentiment that I disagree with you and I think that it's a certain way that men are operating or women are operating, I can speak to it without you feeling attacked, or the person that may be watching you in another room, they may start to get offended by it because they may know that I'm referring to them. But if we remove the personal and we just start talking in general, then we don't have to get emotional. We don't have to make it offensive. It don't have to be none of that. I could say something the nicest way ever, but if somebody takes offense to it, then it becomes offensive to them. So that's the reason why I removed the personal. But if you just insist, if you insist
Antoine, the
on
reason why I watch you is because you say what the fuck you want to say. Whether
I
it
mean
I
that I
bring up
can't be
a
nice to people.
no, but the reason I don't mind personal because when you speak, you say y'all, you, and whoever it applied to, you're gonna get offended regardless.
But if you're using yourself as an example and then I speak to that example, then it becomes
I'm
personal.
okay with it. Speak to that. I'm okay with that.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm
He-
not gonna do that. Not
I'm
because I'm
okay
trying to
with
I'm
it.
trying to become a nicer person, and I'm not gonna do that shit. The point is that guys, they don't care about things that you think that they care about. The problem within the community a lot of times in general is that women, black women specifically, don't want nice guys. They don't want guys that treat them like queens. They're not looking for that. Now, you, Nara, might have found somebody that fit all categories of what it is that you're looking for. But women in general do not look for and is not interested in guys that are just nice, that treat them like queens. They look at them as a lack of leadership, as a lack of aggression, and all of that shit. And it's unfortunate. I just think it's unfortunate personally.
I think black
It
women.
comes from growth because that was me. Like it comes from growth when you get in every situation and it turns out the same to where in order for me to have who I have, I had to change myself to be with him. So I know that it was me at one point.
That you said that is you.
I said I know that was me at one point.
Okay,
Like
so
what you're
let's say
saying.
hypothetically that y'all not together. Would
Uh,
you go with the nice guy?
yeah, he's nice.
No, no,
It's
no,
not
no,
the
no, no.
it's
If you
not
go
the
with if you go
Anton
with the nice guy,
Anton is
that
yes.
is not.
It's
If you
not the
go with the
nice
nice guy,
guy.
it's nice guy is not him being nice to you. Nice guy is a persona of a guy that is not overly aggressive. He not gonna check you. He not gonna argue with you. He not gonna.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not talking about that guy. No, I'm just
You
talking
wouldn't go
about
with that
some.
guy, right?
No, I would. I'm talking. If I meet a guy and he's constantly calling and bringing flowers and it's just too heavy, too fast.
You didn't like the
That's what
guy.
I've
I
experienced.
think you
That's
know.
it.
I
You
It's
didn't
think
like
just
that's.
the guy.
uncomfortable
I
Let's
think
to
say
that
where
because I've been saying no. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking now, like, is that something that we are because we have not had that on the norm? Just talking about in general. Is that something that scares us and we shy away? Because now I'm thinking about what you're saying, and it's like that's pretty wild. Like, nice guys finish last. Because even with my friends, I started categorizing N words, black guys, and just regular guys. I
she
Right.
got
didn't.
three categories now.
You have to.
So I'm saying,
No,
is that something that we just kind of like conditioned to be like, oh my God, what is that? Why are you doing that? Because we're not used to certain dudes that we've been trying to date or have dated in the prior,
That's true.
or that they don't
this is
operate like that.
ridiculous.
I think that's true, Miss
My
Nikki. That is true,
that
but I don't think we should say that that applies to Alexis, and I think that's where the disconnect is
that
coming.
that's
No,
yeah,
I'm not
that's
talking
not
about
what
her.
that is.
I'm speaking. No,
No.
I'm not talking about her. I'm
Because
talking about
I've
as a
met
whole,
men who spend
as
money
women.
the first day, but they're not doing it in the same creepy way as another guy. So I've had men who do nice things from day one, but they act normal. It's not creepy. You
I
can't
think it's because
discount how I feel when I'm interacting with
So I know the creepy
one
guy you
person.
talking about.
So
I've
it's not
experienced that
not a
dude.
whole. It's
Like,
just an
It's mental
individual.
conditioning.
This is just confusing. I think it's because
Mm.
you didn't like the damn guy. Because let me tell
Yeah,
you, if
it
I like
just
the
didn't like
guy,
him.
you can call me
Thanks.
whenever, how many times, you can send me whatever, you can text
Anytime.
me.
Show
I'm gonna
me
reply back if I
attention.
like the guy.
Maybe.
But
Yes.
hold on.
Maybe.
If I don't like the guy, then it's gonna be like, damn, you moving too fast. You didn't like the guy. That's plain and simple. That's really
Mm.
what it is.
that's why I
Maybe.
advocate for we should start arranged marriages now with our
Hold on.
youngins.
I think you're gonna delay. For the right guy, you would be okay with that shit. You wouldn't call him a
That
creep.
and you're right because there have been men that has done that and I was okay. It didn't feel creepy.
So to go
Like
back, Nara, because you made it the point that so what made it creepy that the white man did it? Because that's really where this conversation started from.
That's her.
So you didn't like the white man.
yeah, no, that's just my experience. When I met a white man,
How many
it just
white men has it been and they've done that? They've done showed you, they paid, whoop de whoop.
about 4, 5.
So all 4 white men showed they were providers, showed that they liked you.
No, so it was a couple of them I just wasn't attracted to.
Okay, well,
Some I
that's
thought I
really what
could
it
be.
is. You're not
Huh?
attracted to them.
I said a couple of them I wasn't, but others I thought I could be, but it just didn't feel right. So maybe I
Wait.
didn't. I don't know.
Hold on, because you said could be. So at the end
Yeah,
of the
no,
day,
you just
you
But
only
wasn't.
I was interested enough to go on more than
okay. So
one
why
date.
were you okay? So initially, when we meet somebody, it's based on what
Uh,
they look like
yeah.
initially, and then you got to get to know them. So initially, you weren't even attracted to them. So that's why you weren't receptive of what they were doing because you were
So
already.
initially I was attracted to them. Initially, and I
No,
was. That's why I gave him. That's
Now
why I
you
gave.
switching. You
Huh?
I don't
switching.
like y'all bullying her. This is
No,
getting
it's
on
not
my
bullying.
nerves.
We're using
No,
real
I think y'all
words.
I
said
didn't.
that.
I say a few of them I was not attracted to.
And
A
then you
couple of
said,
them I was.
you had to get to be attracted to them, and you didn't get there, so you weren't
When did
attracted
I
to
say
them.
that? When did I say that?
Yeah, I think y'all taking advantage of the fact that we clearly, and no offense to you, Miss Nara Alexis, at all. I promise you, I don't mean no offense by this. When you can see a person is struggling, articulating their position on something, you take advantage and plant your own perspective on it and say,
No, I'm using
How is
No,
that
no, that
I'm using her words.
well, not so
She's
much.
saying herself.
It's okay not to be attracted to white men. It's okay. There's people not attracted to white men, to Indians, to Asians.
but that is not
That's
the
okay.
case. That's not the case.
But if you specifically said you weren't attracted to all of them, but some of them you thought you could get
Because
there.
they were fucking ugly.
Okay,
I wasn't attracted to them.
So, okay, let's say 3 of them.
Like, there are so many reasons why
Okay,
I'm not attracted, and it's not because they're
You
white.
said, let's say 3 of them were ugly. So 2 of them, you said you thought it could get there. So if it wasn't there from the beginning, you weren't attracted to them. If you said out your mouth you thought it could get there.
Like long term, like relationship wise, I continued to date them. I didn't like them. Not because they're white and not because I wasn't attracted. I didn't like who they were.
Okay.
As simple as that.
But that's all she was saying, that you just didn't like them. That's literally
What
all she
changed your
said.
mind from liking them to not liking them after going on a few dates with them? That's what I'm curious about. What was the turning point?
Well, listen, if y'all still curious about that, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we can move on because it's
Yeah,
really
just move
Okay.
on.
Because they're white. I understand what you're saying, but
No,
it's
stop it. Stop it.